Good evening, and you're welcome to the Friends and Family Show on Channel 1 TV. We're coming to you live at 5 Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano. My name is Noyo Kwote. On this show, we get real, we show you all the emotions, we get happy, we get sad, we cry, we laugh out loud. I want for you to be a part of the show, so please, you can send some messages. In the meantime, we are talking about high school memories today. I know each and every one of us gets that euphoria. We get the whoosh anytime we talk about our high schools. That's because we've got some memories, probably about friends. We've got memories of all the things that we did back in school, especially if you were in the boarding school. You have so much to talk about. So in the studio today, I've got a Santa, I've got a Moga, I've got two Odadias. We'll get into that conversation real soon. You're very welcome to the Friends and Family Show. My super special name is Noyo Kwote. You're welcome.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
All right, you're welcome back to the Friends and Family Show. My name is Noyo Kwote. We're hanging out all the way to 7 p.m. and you can be part of the show because we're talking about high school memories tonight. You know, every one of us definitely went to secondary school or high school. But again, if you didn't go to a boarding school, sometimes it's hard small if we have to talk about the matter because you don't get the ginger from the boarding school vibe. You get But tonight we're getting into all the things. You didn't go to, boarding school. You with small, we'll spread some ginger to you, and then you get the feel. Next time when you come, I go to a boarding school. But then again, let's put that aside. Whether you went to a boarding school or a regular school or probably just a day school, you definitely have some memories from school. So tonight I have in the studio 2 Odadies. So when I say Odadies, definitely they're coming from Presec, right? I have a Moga, that's Infantiman Old Girls Association, a girl from Infantiman Gate. And then I have a Santa, which I am passionately attached to. For some reason, I am attached to a Santa. But I have in the studio, we have Samson Yeboah Abankwa, who AKA something. That way I'll not mention it. Who is a clinician at 37 Military Hospital. Okay, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
You're Presec 2005 year group.
Sure.
Right. And right next to him, I'm sorry, we have Ruth Boampong, who is Moga 2003 year group. And then we have Pascal Molly, who is actually a Santa 2003 year group as well. Yeah. And then right next to him, we have Kwame J.
Most deaf.
Kwame J, who's that day as well.
Yeah.
Is there something connected to your dressing today? Your shirt, like you're wearing your school uniform. Like you have blue.
Blue magic.
Yeah.
Blue magic.
Right.
Blue magic.
You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
And we're talking old school.
All right.
I bet everyone's got memories.
Definitely. A lot of them.
Yeah, lots of them. No matter how long, even if it's 20 years or 30 years, you still have memories from back in school.
There are things you never forget.
You never forget.
No.
You live with them.
Yeah.
No matter how you try to forget about it.
Yeah.
Especially in our case, same class, same
class.
house.
And then your friends right after.
Same
That's
dorm.
beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Same dorm.
Same house, same class, same
No
dorm.
same bed. I
Same bed? No. I beg
No, why did I beg you? Okay, anyway, this day there, right? You can't say that.
No.
You can't really say that.
No, there's a one bed, one up, one down.
Oh, so you meant like a bunk bed. Okay, we get. It's okay. It's okay.
Nice
He's
one.
sorry. He's sorry for saying that.
You never had a bed though.
Let's start off with your first choice. Okay, your school. Was that your first choice? Did you really want to go to Presec?
Yes.
Did you really want to go to Infantiman?
Yes.
What's your first choice? Did you really want to go to
It was my
Santa?
first and second.
Oh, Santa's Adisado.
Yeah.
It was your first and second.
Second
No, we
one.
had people who actually did first, second,
and
third.
third, yeah.
Can't able to buy.
Myself.
You get, you too,
Yeah.
first, second, third.
I dreamed about going to Presec.
Going to Presec.
Yes. I loved that school since
Right.
JHS.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now we're talking about when the results came in, and then I think back. So you're millennials, or
Yeah.
so millennials.
Yeah.
So our time, the parents will go to the school with your results, and then they check if your name is there,
they'll give
or
you the
give you the
prospectus and all that.
prospectus. So how did you feel when your parents? I start with you. How did you feel when your parents came and like, oh yeah, you're going to Presec?
Okay, so in my case,
Presec
it was joy in the house because my dad wanted to go to Presec and he couldn't go to Presec. So it was like one of his kids should do Presec.
Right.
My senior brother went to Pesco and all that. So when I had Presec, when he came home, Presec science, I was like, hey.
Oh,
so he was
science.
excited. Yes, he was very excited.
Was that what she wanted to read?
Yes, I
Science.
was very excited. And by then, if I see the Presec bus, I'm like, I must ride in this bus.
Nice.
So getting there was like home.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, how about you?
Okay, I think
How did it feel the first day?
I didn't have the experience of older siblings.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about the SHS experience.
Okay.
Yes, so it was a new thing to me. Yes, but I got my first choice. But I didn't get my first choice course to read.
Okay.
I chose business, but then I got agric science.
Right.
Yes, so, but it was a nice experience. I was happy. My siblings were happy for me. The first
Good.
one to go to senior high school. So
Nice.
yeah, you know.
Yes, I
We have
can
this-
imagine excitement.
Yeah, you're going to boarding house. No more daddy, no more mommy, no more siblings.
Yeah.
Ruth will be out of the house for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Where is she going to sleep? You know that. The first one, so
fair.
the experience is different.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Molly?
Mine was more of like a victory for me because my headmistress found a way to convince my mother not to choose Adisado College.
Why?
But I said no. Well, I mean,
Was
the
there a
stories,
reason?
like the story,
Okay.
like, you know, I was a bit, aggressive. So it was like, oh, for this school, nah. He needs to go to a school where it's very calm. But at this school, nah. But I was still bent on, going for it. So when the results came in and I got the school, I was like, wow, I got victory over my headmistress. Because like she never wanted. In fact, she convinced everybody not to choose that school. So I was the only guy who moved from Matters of Uganda to Adesado College. So it was more like a victory for me.
Kwame J.
Yes, we had a lot of boys who wanted to go to Presec. From my GSS, we had a lot of people who always dreamt about going to the top schools. Yeah. So we chose Presec. I chose Presec, first, second, third.
Wow.
In LA, Charlie, if anything cry, I should get there.
Get red with blue, right?
Exactly. So when my parents came home, they told me you had Presec. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. It was a really good feeling. In fact, that night I didn't sleep. Yes, I think I must have smiled in my sleep till the morning.
Like you're going to our day. Like you're waiting to go to our day. You iron your uniform hanging. It's like you're worshipping the uniform. They actually get you get. But let's move on to the very first day.
Okay.
Very first day. Now you have your prospectus. You bought your trunk and chop box. It's filled with everything in there. Your juicy and shemima.
Right?
Baby skits.
Baby skits.
You have your juicy and your shemima right there, up there, that I be small. The nuts. The up that I be small.
The Weetabix, the complex.
The Juvita.
Yes.
Right, it came in the shape of a triangle.
Yes, that
right.
one.
You guys are mentioning things.
So the first day now, you're ready. Your touchdown school. Just walk me through your very first day, stepping foot, let's say, in Adesado College.
I went to the commercial vehicle, the Tantry one, not the STC. The Tantry one, the one from Takadi Station. The one you hear the sound of the engine. Like, yeah, exactly. Okay. And the journey was just, I think at that time the road was not that, what we have now. So the moment they left me, I was like, wow, if I have to go back home, do I have to travel all these hours and go back? And you had seniors who were just waiting for your
arrival.
Like you want, this guy is also a student. Like someone will just come and pass with the black boxes on. There's these prescribed boxes that they give us. You find somebody come pass like, so this guy to be a student. Then someone go like, if your mother leave you could see. So that tension.
Like, and fear.
We had Mampudi guys who were seniors and you were just waiting for that boy to come. Like, in the neighborhood, everybody knew, oh, this boy is coming, he's quite a naughty guy, we'll punish him and all that kind of thing. So, once they leave you, you're like, you're alone. Now you have to face your fears.
Yeah.
And that moment, you have to find your way. Yeah, you bribe your way or you face it.
You bribe your way?
Well, some people do, but some of us,
So the first night, did you sleep?
I don't think I did. Because there was this Achu. Achu will come and shout, if you know you are asleep, raise your leg. If you know you are asleep,
but
raise
if you are asleep, how did you hear it?
Exactly. So like you don't know whether to raise your leg. Once you raise your leg, you mean you are not asleep.
Yes,
yeah. And it was just crazy, but it was fun. Like having at the end of the day, what's gonna happen. Like 1 or 2 days after everything becomes like normal, and then you have to face or go through it. So,
so there were no emotions?
Well, I was hiding it.
You were hiding it.
Because people, you don't need to be a very strong guy. You cannot be, some were crying. Like some were actually,
I was supposed to leave the crying the next day.
I know somebody who left the next day, who went back home like, nah. But
you can't do this, you'll go back. I was actually going to leave the crying to Ruth. Sometimes the guys, you hold body small, so the tears...
My house
can't
like
really drop.
This, my house, the housemaster was not living by us, so you can imagine. Other houses had their housemasters there, so even if they punish you, you can. Once there's some noise, the housemaster will come to you.
Come out.
But Leme Brazil, you have to walk like whatever.
Before you get to him.
My sister.
Right. So Ruth, let's go through the emotions on the first day.
See, senior high school, when you compare to the other levels of education, boarding house is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
They go and just drop you there, and then
that's it.
No mother, no father, no siblings, nothing. No TV, no entertainment.
No TV.
Strangers. The first day is total strangers.
Yeah.
So my father took me there. The first day, I was just looking around. I couldn't see any of my junior high school mates, but I didn't know those who also got admissions, yes. But then fortunately, there was this lady who knew my father. One of the seniors, she was in Form TV. So she mentioned my father's name. My father is like, where do you know me from? She said, oh, my father is your father. Fortunately, we're in the same house. And then just that moment, she took me as her school daughter.
Nice.
So I said, oh, now I have a familiar face, somebody I can attach to. So then I didn't shed any tears. I didn't shed any tears. I don't remember
like
crying.
when daddy was leaving, you didn't cry?
No, I didn't cry.
Hey.
I didn't cry, but I was sad. No, I didn't.
The reason being,
Hey, I'm moving away from my comfort zone.
There's something about firstborns. You know, you have to be tough. There's this tough skin that comes with being a firstborn. I think maybe for me that was the experience. Yeah, I was sad. Yes, but then when I met that lady who said she'd take care of me,
right?
I said, oh, then I have a sister. So
yeah, so that's going to take us to
experience.
School fathers.
Yes.
You had a school father?
Oh, no, not really. You know, the Presec thing comes like when you're from Accra, mostly you don't get to get the boarding house in the first year. So I think I had to be a day student for, yes, I joined the boarding house later. Yeah, so I came in a senior already. So I didn't really have that. So the few we experienced were just probably when you want to walk around the school, then you have seniors, you know. But the very first day, I'm sure he would have that experience because he was dumping.
You had a school dad?
he was dumped.
Terrible experience.
With a school father?
No, not with the school father. Like getting to the school and being left in the school.
Right.
Not left, being abandoned in the school.
No, it's not abandonment.
It's abandonment.
It's not abandonment.
It's for training.
I felt so because I had never stayed away for more than a week from home. Here I was being left in the school, and then my mother would see the seniors. Oh, please don't bully him. Don't do this.
That's a ticket too.
And you know, precisely there's this setup of the school such that we have a relaxing place where we call Paradise.
Okay.
That's where the seniors come to relax. And then right next to the Paradise is the car park. So when you are coming, you see the seniors, like he mentioned, in their boxes, sitting on the bench, looking at you. And then they will shout, Apayo! So everybody sees that you are coming.
You're a newbie.
And then I was smallish too. So when I got to the school, I was like, ooh. I had goosebumps. I couldn't talk. I was just standing beside my mother. Then and after we had brought my trunk and everything in, she said, oh, please don't bully my son. She said, oh, mommy. One of the seniors said, oh, mommy, so I'll take care of him. No, don't believe that senior. No. Don't believe that senior. So they finally left, and then, but bit by bit, you get to mingle with people.
You adapt.
Oh, yes. But with the first few weeks, you are always quiet. You don't talk much.
Yeah, because you have to maneuver.
Exactly.
You have to
Have a game plan. How are you going to
find your energy.
Exactly.
Right.
And in the way it is, even if you try to blend in, they will definitely know that you're a newbie. Because the way your gait, the way you walk, yes, you will be looking around.
Okay,
so
let's talk about dormitory life.
Aish.
So what house were you in?
I was in house 5.
House 5. Oh, so
Reese
you
house.
had the number.
No, we have the name.
Number
Reese
and
house.
name.
Yeah, Reese house.
What house?
5. Reese, R-I-I-S.
Okay.
Reese house.
Okay.
Yes, house 5.
What about you?
I was in Lemaire House.
Lemaire.
Yeah.
Nice name.
Scotton House.
Aye.
That's 5, Reese house.
Oh, yes, right, Reese house. Now, structure, dormitory, beds. Did you struggle for beds? Or when you walk in, like, you know, everybody's appointed to the bed?
Yeah. Everybody has a bed. Nah, we've never seen something of that sort in this other college. Like, everybody has his own bed. Yeah.
Okay, but I think
it's the luckiest that not everybody has.
No, but I think for a second, the points when you come, depending on which senior would meet you at the car park and adopt you as a school father, then you're going to sleep
at the top.
At the top.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's a fact boy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So
automatically,
down and the fact boy is up.
So automatically, it's like who welcomes you offers you a bed.
Okay.
Yes. Then we have this funny bed at the entrance where the mosquitoes are. At the entrance, and it's reserved for that first year or form 1 boy who will come without any that are B signals. So we put you at the gate.
But for no fault of yours.
Put you at the gate.
Whether you had that gate.
You know that gate. The one that's supposed to sit the house captain's room.
Yes.
So when you open the door, all the mosquitoes, that's where they visit first. So it's a special bed. When you enter the dormitory, the first bed close to the door. A very special bed.
Very special
for the ones
bed.
who are not who are
It's a special bed.
For the stubborn from one boys.
Because anybody who enters after eating, that's the net we use to clean our hands.
But Le Maire, we only have some dormitories you cannot visit.
Okay.
Or you don't even dare to pass across there, because the moment you hear somebody calls your name from that place, if you enter, problem.
Trouble.
Okay.
Everybody will have access to either bully you, punish you, send you left, right, back, center. So I mean, the ones who I'll say the few smart ones would avoid such dormitories. They will not come and pass there. Even if you send someone to go pick something, you'll find a way to send a junior in that dorm to have that thing sorted out.
Okay.
If not, Michigan, no, you dare not. Mental, you dare not enter. In the Le Maire house, you dare not.
Oh, I think in our case, except probably the house 8, house 7, they have more of the rooms. But even the one, Form 1 boys were in there. So that one's like, Form 1 boys alone, you are downstairs,
okay.
You are in a room for yourselves. House 8, house 7. The rest of the houses, you share the room with your Form 2s and your seniors.
And Form 3s. And for the seniors, we have one we call, in our case, we don't call them school fathers, we call them Corey Master.
Corey Master.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so in that particular corner where you have your trunk, there's a Form 3 boy who sleeps on the lower bed.
Yes, always Form 3s are
yes.
Yes.
And then there's the Form 1 or Form 2 boy who sleeps in the upper bed.
Okay.
So the Form 1 boy's master is the one who sleeps on the down bed. And he has the luxury of staying back and sleeping in his bed and sending you to go get food from him from the hall,
it is.
everything.
Dining hall, yeah.
I know the corridor is just that space between the beds. That's a corridor.
Yes.
The space between the beds. So that is where he has his troubles and trunk, where he can sit down comfortably
And relax.
and relax. So it's like he's the father in the house, then you just have the bed, then you have to get down.
And
Yes.
they don't normally go for dining.
No,
But-
they will always
send.
No, it's like he's the landlord. He's the
That's what that's
demigod.
one day, yeah.
He's the demigod in there. And I remember at a point my Corey boy fell from the top bed.
I fell once.
Yes, my Corey boy fell from the
fell
top
once?
I also fell
Two
from
people
the
fall from you.
I fell. I
This
fell.
is-
I fell from
My colleague-
a third bank.
Wow.
I've never seen
You
that
know,
before.
Infant
What
Mali,
is
we
it?
are very populated. The student number is huge.
Okay.
Most of the girls, I think we are the highest girls' school in terms of population.
How many were you there?
Wow.
My batch alone, we were almost 800 and something.
Okay,
Whoa.
that's huge. Because
I was
like
in Form
720
1.
then.
Yeah.
And the Form 2s were almost 700 and something. The Form 3s to maybe 600. So the whole school were like 1,500. In our time, so the beds were not enough.
Okay.
So they had to change the double bunk beds and bring in the triple bunk beds.
What? Hey,
So-
but how are you?
So
The one in the middle, how do you
one-
feel?
No, I was Form 1, you are the top.
Whether you like it or not.
Oh, I think, I don't
Oh,
know.
it's just
So
for
I
fun.
just happened, I don't know if it was all, I don't remember, but I was at the top. I remember, and I don't know, I just fell. I think I was dreaming,
Sorry.
so I fell
Hey,
and
what
I
kind of
wasn't able to climb up again.
So you know,
I didn't even realize I'd fallen. The Form 3 lady at the bottom
You were so
said,
sleeping
"Ruth,
on the floor."
You are down. You
on
don't
the
know
floor.
you're on the floor.
that means you fell
So
well.
I just woke up and I
You
just,
fell well.
and
Did you fall on
I just
something?
climbed. I don't know, a bucket or something. I don't know what I
No,
did.
you fell
and
well.
you
No,
still
you
didn't
fell
feel
well.
it.
Because, no, you
fall
fell
and still lie
well.
down and still-
No, see, that means in your cases you didn't have the troubles and the trunks.
No,
in
they
there.
were in front of the beds, not
Oh,
inside.
not
Inside.
by
Oh,
the
okay.
side.
Oh, we had it.
Uh-huh.
We had it anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Anywhere you want to.
I
Oh,
remember.
no, I think ours as well. It's just
It was in front of
unison,
it, so-
like in front of the
She
bed.
just,
Oh,
she
yes.
just
Because I want
stabbed
to
me.
eat on. That's like
Ruth,
our
you
dining
are
table.
down. Just get.
You know
Before
that.
I realized, I just climbed the.
And you
stairs
climbed
back,
up
and I
Yes.
slept again.
back and you went to sleep.
went to sleep.
So
Sounding.
the
next
following
day,
day, I realized that there was a cut on my
sorry.
toe or something.
That's
Then
when
the
you
liver
realized.
blades, and I had to go to the infirmary for some injection, tetanus. And the whole
This is serious.
But when you mentioned the falling, I also
I had
fell.
a meet like that. You wake up and then walk around and still go back
Maybe
to
I'll
bed.
sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I think in my case, my Korean boy, as my school son, he lobbied. So I made him come down and I moved up.
Okay.
And that came at a cost.
Usually seniors are.
It wasn't free.
That came at a cost. So now his troubles was like,
And the point.
Okay, that was part of the
so it was like a mutual thing. Come on, I want to sleep down, no problem. Make sure
you must pay for
make
it.
sure I'm fed properly.
Okay, talking about the chop box and not being free. Let's talk about dining hall and dining food. You should have the best.
Okay, so in our case, we have what we call striking. Right.
What's
So-
striking?
Okay, so striking basically is when they sound a siren for the dining hall.
Right.
Who enters first, you get the lado.
Then
You
lado.
serve.
Oh, sure. I
Okay,
thought that one
okay.
applied to
So you didn't have table heads.
What is it
bother with that.
What is right there?
Maybe
When you
on
get
paper.
there, only the
Yeah,
prefects.
on
They
paper,
say the
table
prefects. So it's like, so I think at the point because of the striking, they made the Form 1 and 2s eat first. Then with the Form 3s were eating second.
It was so
So
changed to
now,
that
so now when it
later.
goes among your own Form 3s,
Yeah.
you
Strike
get
and let
those
us-
two, good, but still
You
it's
strike.
about-
Dog by
So
dog.
that is where you go and you see, let's say plantain, Wednesday afternoon, beans and cocoa.
Red.
Yeah, red. So
Which
let's-
was your favorite?
Yeah, so,
On what
yes,
day?
Yes, I love it. Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday.
So we were 13, that time 13 on the table, right?
13 on the table.
So I got a ladder, 26 pieces. You take one, you share half for the Form 1s, half for the Form 1s. You finish, you pour the rest into your bowl. Already, you are going with a big bowl. You finish, you pour the garri, everything on it, into your armpit.
Away.
Away.
So no, let's go through the menu. Do you remember dining hall menu and the days?
Oh, the days I don't remember.
Sunday morning,
Some
tea,
days I
egg.
may.
Sunday morning, tea and egg.
One of my
I think
favorite.
that's
You
the
enjoyed
cut
it.
out for almost all
And also
the.
One of my
That's
favorites.
Wednesdays, where Wednesdays we have bread and egg. Thursdays we have jollof rice and chicken. And then Tuesdays, rice and something. But the rest, those soups.
You
I
know, we get
remember
to
about
the
the
soup.
soups.
They had funny names across all the secondary schools. It's the same soup. Which one was called the gas?
It's like tomato stew.
They
but
want
you
tomatoes
can-
to add a flour to it.
Yes,
The flour.
It looks
Flour.
brownish.
It's called gas.
It looks brownish,
Yeah.
like
The
that.
others
It
call
doesn't
it
look
gas.
it doesn't look
And what about
reddish.
the
Others call it
Ghana
bayflow.
The one on the Ghana soup, the one you see your face, the one you can see your face.
Rice soup.
Is
It's
it
gas.
soup?
Ah,
Oh, it's still gas.
people
It's
eat
gas.
it, they have like, you know.
Because
Some
how
of the
is-
soups.
So after the first term, I told my mom, Charlie, Danny was cooking.
Hey,
So they
Charlie.
bought me a kerosene stove. I know how to cook. So my second term, I actually went to school with a kerosene stove.
And you were
So I-
cooking.
oh yeah, dining hall. I bring the.
Was
rice.
it allowed?
Oh, it was not allowed.
Okay.
But I
Form
found a
1?
way. Form 1.
Oh, I didn't
So now I had a leverage. The seniors couldn't punish me anymore because you need my stove to do it.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. So yes.
So I'll bring the rice. Oh, Charlie Pascal, do some stew mokucho. And that was my way.
Wow.
Hey.
So they had
But
a-
dining, that's struggling and stuff like
So at
that.
the point where envying those who are on special diets.
Special
Yes,
diet.
Those
yes,
who come with those
Yes.
who want to
They'll-
find
they'll-
it.
they'll get
They'll
the
get
rice
pepper.
stew with some tuna. And they had a special high
That's
table.
true.
The special diet guys.
It's
they
high
always
table.
do
It's
that.
all
Yeah, high table. Yeah.
And they
But
come.
they weren't eating pepper and salt,
I say,
right?
people
The
come-
special,
yes,
yeah.
special
People come with very weird medical reports.
Just
Make sure
to-
the doctor, make sure the doctor puts more ink inside. When there's more ink inside, you see that suddenly they bring their rice and stew and they look so small and they are there.
I remember.
But one of my favorites on the menu was Sunday evenings.
Okay.
We had this jollof with
Sunday
chicken.
Chicken.
And we call it vulture.
Vulture.
Because they were like
Vulture.
chicken
Wow.
nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken
Yeah.
nuggets.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like chicken nuggets.
No, it would look like.
No,
you
it
say
looks
you
like
look
a real
like-
chicken,
I
but
know,
it's, most of them take out the bony part.
Yes.
So it becomes really
Very
small,
small.
and sometimes hard.
Yes.
So that's why we used to call it
So on
vulture.
Sunday evening, the population in the dining
Thank
hall
you.
is at
Yes,
its
yes,
maximum.
yes,
And
yes.
some of the days when you're
Yeah.
lucky, you get some pickle or
The
something
lowest-
that comes, or fruit
Yeah.
that comes
Yeah.
with it.
The lowest
That's a special
the lowest
Sunday.
days were I think Saturday evening.
Yes.
No, by
Saturday.
then a lot of visitors have come around.
Yes, it's true.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
home
so
show.
everybody's flexing,
There's a lot of home
flexing.
show
Dining food is
around.
always left.
So Saturday evenings you don't
But you
really.
still find people packing rice. So.
Oh, it's allowed.
Because I have
You pack the rice with
You
shito.
pack-
You have
Yeah,
shito.
shito.
Yeah, shito.
Yeah.
Kinky.
dog.
And
Because
cake,
the
cake,
kinky,
cake,
yeah.
cake,
Kinky,
cake.
so
Yeah,
that's-
is that actually masque?
Yeah.
Add a little
Cake.
milk to it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants-
Cape Coast kinky was not like the guy kinky. Dokwete, the kind of kinky they were giving us in Cape Coast was not. I can't couldn't compare.
It's too hard there.
I mean, how I Jamestown get my house.
No, but you can't compare Jamestown Kinky. No, they can't compare Jamestown Kinky too.
That's what I'm saying. So that kinky, I will
You
not
enjoy it,
whether
eh?
to match it or whatever. I won't bother.
Oh, you couldn't match that cake. But I find a cake when you give it to you, you can even
We're
save it
matching it.
for 3 days. You still match it.
That's smooth.
Yeah. All right. So you're still on Friends and Family, and we're talking about high school memories, all the things that we used to do in high school. And we'll take a little break. When we're back, we'll get into friendships and cliques whilst we're in school. 1 minute. We'll be back.
Let's do some tongue twisters, okay? Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Say this 5 times faster for me. Fresh, fresh. Fresh, fresh. What? Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Let's go. Okay. Brown bread.
We are that we are. We are that we are.
And tea bread. And butter bread. And sugar bread.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Let's go. Brown bread, sugar bread, and sugar bread and brown bread and butter bread. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Friends and Family Show. We're live on Channel 1 TV, coming to you from our studios at 5 Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano. My name is Noyo Quartier. This evening, we're still on the high school blues, all the things that we did back in high school. I'd want you to go back into your memories. Definitely, you will click with all the things that we're saying, because some of these things we're talking about were actually run through all the senior high schools. But you would go back and probably think about the very special ones that she had. It's just bring back memories, and you can smile while you're thinking about all of that. All right, so we're back to talk about friendships and cliques. Back in school, you can't be an island. You definitely can't. You would have 2 or 3 people that you call your soldiers. You may know lots of people because you get into your class, a class of 20 or 30. You know people. But again, like I always say, I know a lot of people, but I have few friends. So definitely you would have a clique. You would have, a buddy, even if not in the same house. I would travel all the way to house 2 because that's where my people were. And I was in house 4. So I go all the way to house 2 because that is my clique. So let's talk about cliques. Okay. How did it go in school?
Okay, so in my case...
That's your clique.
That's my right-hand man. So we actually had that ex-Rizak clan. Myself, him, being part of Blessed Memory, Nose, and Fuji. Then Baskofi at the point. Yes, and Bernard, yes. But between I and him, we had a lot more together because I came in that boy who was radical already, and he came in a very timid boy.
So you needed someone to, you have to compliment each other.
So most of the bad things he did, I made him do them.
Oh, you're agreeing. Did you agree to that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You agree?
One of the good ones he did.
Yeah, most of the bad things he did.
He rapped off you like that?
First time I broke bounds and got out of school, it was due to his influence. Yes.
That's why your school is where you break bounds. Like, where do you go, Medina?
Oh, we went for a festival. We were festivals.
Okay, out of Accra.
People are watching. No.
People are, yeah, nobody watching. People are watching. All right, Pascal. Did you make friends? Did you have a clique?
Cliques? No, I had few friends,
right,
but I was not really into. That's my clique. I don't really create circles. Like, I'm just there. You need me.
Like a free ranger.
Yeah, I was not really into.
What about you, Rose? Girls, yeah.
Yeah. Because you have mates you are coming from junior high school with. I had 5 of them. Yes, eventually we were 5. Some came later, but then we were 5. So I formed a bond with them. They were like sisters. People even refer to them as my sister because, like, we are always working together. Sorry. Then when you got to school, you met housemates or dorm mates, and then classmates. Sometimes you have someone in your dorm, and the same person is in your class.
Yes.
I had one, Abnomare. She's still my friend. Even when I was coming here, I was talking to her about some memories she can share with me. So such a person is like your sibling with you in the house, and then you go to class. So the class is like office. So she's now your colleague too. So that there will definitely be a clique.
And
then it's
right.
good.
But how did
and
that
his
play
sisters,
out?
sort of.
Like, did they help you academically? Did it shape you trying to get to know people? Did it shape you socially?
Of course.
Because you go to some people actually were in boarding school and then they're always by themselves.
Yes.
They have classmates and all right, but then
They call in their shell.
yes, they always
That's
in
the
their
worst
shell.
you can do.
Yeah.
In a place with so much.
I'm always a friendly
I
person.
did like it when I went to school.
Oh, okay.
Because it was actually not where I'd wanted to go to.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the beginning, it was a bit like, I had to draw back.
Yeah.
But knowing me that to see like
The
this,
vibe. The vibe.
You could
It was
have had
hard.
fun. Yeah.
it was hard.
You know
I have
the
to find
time.
somebody.
Yes, you know the
Somebody's
time.
doing me.
As you said,
create your own.
as you
Yeah.
said, when you go first, it's always about your school, your initial schoolmates,
Those you know.
or probably those who are coming from the same neighborhood with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say the Sakumano boys,
Yeah.
the CFC boys, the cantonment boys.
Yes.
So you see
So that's a
that
first
neighborhood.
click.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
And
first
later
click.
on,
And then you
And
break
later
out.
on, you see that it
Yeah.
breaks, they start forming the
classmates.
real.
Yeah, the real
So I always say
ones.
that's the real clicks.
Yes.
That's
Final-
clicks
the
that
final
leads-
one.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
clicks.
Right.
Yes.
You take out the
Right.
weeds and then eventually.
Which
yeah.
weeds?
Really?
Who
Who
are the
plants?
Let's go back to the weeds. You have to explain the weeds. Which
This
weeds?
me to you. Yeah.
No, but we have people like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's they'll go
Yeah.
and report you
To-
for.
You
yeah.
won't do if somebody is
Yeah.
doing to you. Go
Yeah,
and
yes,
talk.
it's that one,
Hey,
it's that.
Minister.
Yeah, in our case, when the Housemaster sees him, you ask, come and Santi, where's Abankwa?
Yes.
When he sees me, you ask,
And they used to
"Abankwa,
really
where's
do
Kwame
good
Santi?"
with that.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so now let's talk about cross friendships.
One more trips.
Yeah, we'll go there. Let's talk about cross friendships. So although
As in
you're
different schools?
in different
Yeah,
schools.
yeah.
So you're in Infantiman. Did you have friends in other schools that you would write letters to, or
This
your
issue I'm
boys?
mentioning. So,
She's married to a Santa.
I met my husband in senior high school. Actually, I know Pascal already because he's Santa
I know
O3.
Pascal because
You're also married to a Santa O3.
I'm married to a Santa
so, so that's how I met my husband. I met him through my
That's
cousin.
good, guys. You can't go wrong.
Yes.
All right, sure.
And
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's
we
not
shouldn't
go
go
there.
there.
Let's not go there.
And those
Let's
days,
not go there.
in those days, we didn't have
We are
mobile
rare
phones.
breed.
So you
No.
write
So
letters.
you've somebody has introduced you to someone, the person writes a letter.
SDD.
Yes, same day delivery to come. And
How?
Hey,
Were you paying for that?
You pay extra.
Okay, you pay
So-
extra.
you need to reply as soon as possible.
yes.
ASAP.
So he sent a letter
Yes,
that
sir.
my cousin has given him my name and blah blah blah. He hasn't seen my face. You have to take a picture, get a nice envelope, and the letter.
And then
scented writing
I
pad.
was waiting for that. Even although
Right.
it's scented, you still put some
yes,
show me.
yes. You
You
know,
never had a
some
letter in
perfume.
school. You never got the letter in
And
school.
I sent it to him, and then that's how it started.
It started.
Yeah, so
Right.
so that's for,
Beautiful.
we had friends
You
in
had-
other schools writing to.
You know, had
I
extend-
was doing
extend-
Accra.
Yes.
I was doing Accra.
Accra, what
Yeah.
school?
Accra girls.
Accra girls.
Yeah.
But I thought more girls are your girls.
I
No?
used to reply letters of my friends to their school, but I didn't have
You are
anybody.
applying for people.
I had a very nice handwriting.
The
You write a
nice
letter and you don't-
handwriting.
Yeah.
It
When-
I
deceive
fell in
you.
love with the handwriting.
We hide.
It
But
was
was it
the
the
I used to
person?
reply the
It was
letters
my
for them.
husband.
Are you sure it's not Pascal?
It's not Pascal. He thinks his handwriting is nice. But Nana's own is nicer.
So it was after that you realized that
I'll put the letter so
you've kept it.
almost
So does
30.
it write the same way
Same
like now?
handwriting.
Then you are safe. Because
Perfect.
otherwise it's Pascal.
Oh, no, it's not Pascal.
Otherwise I love it Pascal.
I think in my case,
Oh goodness.
I think in my case, I didn't really have a school that was. We were doing more or less like United
serious.
Nations
That's a
things.
always think.
United Nations things. Temasco,
It could be anybody.
Chemu,
Hey,
Okapi
you go to
Mine,
Tema.
Most
girls.
Girls,
Girls,
Roses,
girls.
Okay,
I want to be the same ones.
I've got some messages here. Let's see what's happening. My first day of high school was so embarrassing. My stomach started aching shortly after I arrived. I needed to use the washroom, but you know how long it takes to sort out dorm allocations and all of those things. Can you believe I sold myself on my way to the washroom? Luckily, there was a senior who helped me with a jacket to tie around my waist. God bless him. But others had already seen me for one whole year they called me Nyalo.
Oh, those names live with you. Those names really live with you for a long time.
Repeat that again. They call you.
It wasn't easy.
That'd be a tough one.
Nah, this is Bello in Madina. Bello. I'm sorry.
Bello's
I'm sorry.
Bello's
It's
for
Charlie. What a name, Nyalo.
As for dining hall food, yeah, we ate this because we were hungry.
Yeah, to fill the stomach.
Rambo from Spentex. Throughout my high school days, my strategy was to only befriend people who were receiving home cho and had nice top boxes. I was coming from far, so strategy for coming inside. I bet in Nigeria, did you do that as well?
You know, there are some people who hear your name that you receive a parcel. I mean, some of us, when we close, we don't go for assemblies and stuff like that. But some go like, Charlie, you get postal item, because you know, say, money order has come. Once money order has come, we have there's this check. Blue cheese.
Thank you.
So that the blue cheese for happen. So somebody.
No, so how do you get the food? You break bounce and go and buy it? Or you had most of them buy it?
We break bounce. We break bounce.
We break bounce. Whose wife was selling rice in the school, Pepra's wife. And Mr. Pepra was a family relation. So I used to go to the house. So early morning, the rice come very good. And that's why he was with me.
That is
Are you sure?
that is how I survive without the hall. Because the day I'll miss the hall, I always count on my brother.
By association.
Yes. And then you know what?
Yeah, they compliment each other. Yeah.
And you know what? I always stay in the dorm. I fake like, oh, maybe I'm tired. My head aches. And then I'll sleep yes, I'll sleep till about 7. So at around 6:30, when they all leave for prep, and then my boy will come. Kwame J, chopai. Hey, you know, see, prepare pie.
Meanwhile, I was doing all the work for the rice because
you go and sweep. Or what do you do for the rice?
So when the rice is done, there's this wheelbarrow that they used to push the rice to where the rice is sold. I have to go and push that wheelbarrow.
Oh, okay.
He was a TikTok.
But you were fortunate to have friends and food to buy.
Yeah, so we saw that. Yes, so I'll send that here.
We had at least.
Maybe small chops and stuff.
Small chops?
Yeah.
No, we were really eating well. No, the rice really had a good time with the rice.
If you miss dining hall, you've missed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've missed.
Oh, that's
what I unless you're going back to your chop box for food or
intentionally
miss.
Unless it's a Saturday and your parents have bought you food or your friend has food.
Who's coming to visit?
I don't remember anybody selling food.
Wow.
That you go and
we tutors' wives were selling food.
Okay. Wow.
And I think the pride thing really helped us for the whole.
Now here's what. Let's do academics and pressure. You're in school. You're still the entertainment thing takes over, but you know the reason why you're in school is academics.
Yeah.
How do you run around the pressures of getting the A's? Because I think ours had below 4 A's, then you're out of the school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the first year, so you had to. There was a cut point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. So you had to always stay there below 4 A's.
Okay, I think in that case we were going straight until I think Form 2 to Form 3 when they repeated people. Yes, that was when we were like, hey, Kwame J. I don't know. When they repeated some friends of ours, we were like, Charlie, Luckily, whether by the science students, at least we had a smooth sail. At least we have what we call the gentleman pass. Worst case scenario, the little to cross the safe haven, we're able to do it. And he, more or less, was the one who was doing the controllers go learn thing. So he was the academic influence on me.
So you're rubbing on saying you bring the food.
On him.
We had we called this one Red Line. So they will publish like the list of like your class, and then where the cutoff point is. So we get to know those who are beneath the red line, and then like you become the topic. Especially when you're popular in the school and go like, Charlie, this guy red line the bar bamboo. So you yourself people step up.
Right.
So that was like what was actually introduced for us to have that kind of healthy competition.
So we had the notice board thing.
So, and we had one guy, Polo will come after you. Like the moment he gets to know that you're on the red line, bro, hell for you. So you step up. We had people who actually tease you well.
So
make
preps,
you step up. Yeah.
We all had preps, no?
Yeah,
but sometimes preps wasn't preps. That wasn't for the books chatting there. Thank you.
Chatting and talking.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's when they reply the letters.
Yes. Wasn't for preps.
I think in our case.
Okay.
Yours was different. Or you got the finger on your lip.
Charlie Form 3, I think we never did prep. We never did.
You never did?
Prep.
As in the
As
school
in
said
the
you
school,
shouldn't
or
go.
you didn't do that. No, why are you dragging him into the thing? Say yours.
I never did pray.
Say, yeah, you
Never
say
did
you
pray.
never did.
But I love him because he brought me out of my shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have to do this. Every infantiman lady, you have to admire the person. Combining the pressures were going on in school.
Water problems.
And you can't think. So to combine thinking about a young child of 15 years, your mind is on what water to use to bath tomorrow. You know, if you have a good school mother, maybe she saved some. And we had our parents, it's like the school reservoir. But then it's not enough for everyone. So everybody is struggling for water. That was the challenge. So combining a 15-year-old, a problem, a mother or father should be thinking about. You have a 15-year-old thinking about that, and then combining that with school. You understand? So every infantiman girl deserves to be admired.
You have gone through it.
We were meant to be adults. At 15, 16, 17, 18. You know, basic necessities. You're thinking about food. Then if you miss dining, you have to go to your chop box. If you don't have water, how do you bath? And this and that, you know.
Even if it was a problem in this school, people they
We are boys now.
No, I think where our school was located, Salt Pond, I think they have a water issue at that time. I don't know if it's been solved now, but as at that time.
Okay, now let's go to Ntako.
But we are serious students. We always pass night exams.
Yeah,
I have to
we'll
chip that
give
in.
to you. Yeah, pass your
Let me tell you,
Yes, we're learning.
So the call is such that before we even go, we go to what we do shopping. You have to go and wear a fresh uniform.
Of course.
So go to shopping. You have to go and shop.
Why are you guys all pro?
Shop where? Shop where?
Where we go?
So we go to the drying line, but then the 4 months are
So those uniforms are fresh.
they are fresh. So
they were not writing their names. They were not writing their names.
That's why it's shopping. That's why it's called shopping. So you go there, get a very nice. You need one.
Yeah, we do that.
Wear Charlie with some white tea underneath.
And you plan to return it the next day.
So it's 2 things. So it's one for like a weekend disposal.
Yeah.
You are joking.
Yeah.
Oh, ask him.
Why are you all dragging him?
I'm not dragging. No, but basically, okay, I had a very beautiful top down. I still have it. Yeah. Personal one.
No, is it for you? For you?
Yes.
Or do you shopping?
Or purchase.
Please, let me more careful.
Not stolen. Purchase.
Purchase.
No.
What?
Or borrowed?
Shop.
Shop right.
Shop-
The
shop right.
line is shop right.
Yes.
So
Oh, there are instances you go and come back and come.
Senior high school, our towels were getting lost, our
Yes.
sponges,
Yes,
and our
normal.
uniforms. So they're still by mates. I don't understand. Actually, we thought it was the people living the community.
No, it's your mate.
Someone will wait for you. No, ours was on Saturdays. Trips. Somebody wants to go and visit a lady at Uliko
Trips.
site.
Follow good.
They will wait for you when you are done washing your Tommy Hilfiger or your any brand, Ted Baker, whatever. They will wait for you. Brema, go for a papa. No papa, how I do it.
Charlie, straight. So Tako, we come. I think Tako we're doing.
Where were you having?
Ewak or Kaneshi Sports Complex.
Kaneshi,
But we didn't like Kaneshi Sports Complex because when we go there, we meet
Akraka boys.
This technical school around Kaneshi and the Akraka boys, ATTC and the Akraka boys. But we preferred Ewak because Ewak closer to Bema camp, so I think we have neutral environment. And Ewak, when we are done, we are able to just stroll sometimes through the streets. It helps. We pass through the street.
Why you for back?
he's always trying to put me in
When I mentioned, we passed through. And I remember when after elections, Kufuor won, and I went to the jacket. They are doing party in Kufuor's house. We walked from Prusek to Kufuor's house. There was no party there. And we had to walk back.
You walked.
No, so let's talk about Ntako and Cape Coast.
Cape Coast.
Yeah.
Okay, from Fansima, I think to attend Ntako, you must be in a sports team or something.
Okay, wasn't for everybody.
And then I don't remember, but okay, I'm coming. And you have to be in the Jama or the cheerleaders.
Wow.
But some people were able to go because I remember I was not in sports and I was not a cheerleader
But
or
you were
something.
able
But
to go.
the year or the day I was included. I wore my dress and everything. They were putting people in the bus, and I joined the bus. We got to Adisada College. I don't know if they told somebody that the games were over or something. I don't know. The driver, the house mistress, just said 10. Oh, madam. That's why it has paid me up to today. Today.
Because that was where you were going to be.
So I was going to see my exchange in the face. I couldn't put the face to the there was a school that time.
Free exam.
I couldn't put the face to the handwriting. Oh. I just every dress was
So you were
everything was
actually looking
new.
up to that day.
Alice, we knew when we go there.
I cried. So that was the day I cried.
Oh, right. Oh, so you cried.
How? Just
Because you
pass
didn't
there.
someone else.
But it's not fair.
It's not fair.
They've closed. Let
Because
us
we
pass
know-
there, see the empty
Yes.
park,
It's
and
not fair.
let's
It's
get back in the car.
It's true.
Oh, she
So
didn't
there's
try.
before we go away,
She didn't try.
there's this thing I want all of you to do. You've got school songs, either anthem or you know what I'm saying, something that you will never forget because it's either your school song, it's your school anthem. Do you remember yours? Nyelamo. Mature your voice.
In the light, in the light, we shall see light, we shall see light. Away, all my sins shall be taken away.
Amen.
All my sins shall be taken away. All my sins shall be taken away.
By all his praise and worship song.
Oh, no, we have the various versions, but we have
We get the edited one.
The edited one.
Yeah, this is
This is a Sunday one.
The Sunday one, you say.
Don't let us sing the Friday one.
Okay, so let's do
But we
yours.
had hymns, this normal Methodist hymns.
Okay, yours
yes,
was
but we
hymns.
always used to add some
Ad lib to
to it. Yeah, yes. To it. So, for instance, we'll have all good things around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all His love. Sola, sola, sola. So yes, now so we used to add those kind of things to the hymns and all that, and it's still with us. Even after 20-something years, we still sing the hymns that way, and then we still add those kind of our own versions to it, and then our school anthem and all that. So.
Ours is Santa Claus. Which one?
Yes.
Like the hill at the school.
Yes.
You like the hill.
That's the one I'll do you to sing it.
Saddle
On the hill.
Vel primus, vel cum primis.
Abba Meta of great men.
This is the
Santa Claus.
I'll sing it. No, seriously.
Hail la disco. Hail la disco. We shall never be beaten. We shall always bear their power.
Look at you.
No, I think that's why I went to the school.
Look at you.
But our school old, Obranewarabo. Yes,
very, very.
from that young age, you sing it every day.
Okay.
Obranewarabo, warabo, warabo. So as a tender young lady, I told her life is how you make it. So you have to try.
Let's take some few messages. So I had the most amazing school mother. I'm a sickler. So my first year in the boarding house was very difficult, but Mary Clue made it comfortable for me. I salute her. This is from Frances in Winneba. Pascal was writing to me, Pelora from Sight.
Yes.
Just well done, Ruth. You are writing to
I
me.
was trying to get her to come with me.
So you're writing to Pascal was writing to me. Were you writing directly to her or somebody's letter?
I think what to
Confess. So your show perfectly captures the chaos of high school. It reminds me of the time I tried to impress my crush in chemistry class and ended up setting my notebook on fire. No, what was he trying to do? Turning blue litmus paper to red.
Interesting.
This is Ebo in East Legon. Tell her how you impressing somebody. Go and do she impress for somebody. Why?
That word.
Charlie, but school days. I mean, we can't forget So let's before we go away, let's talk about when you had to, after writing your final exams, and now you know you're leaving school.
Charlie.
Okay, I think it came with a lot of pain, especially in our case when we lost one of our colleagues just a day after his last paper.
Oh, wow.
So we left school with this kind of mixed feelings. It was like, is this how it's going to be like?
Life.
Yeah, so it was not too we're in Soro. That's the late Obrimpong. Yeah, we're in Soro. May so rest in peace. And I think, but we knew we were facing the world out there, and we lived it. We were in Presec and we lived it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's
Inside.
sad.
How did you feel?
He just brought the death pattern.
Yeah.
No, senior high school, when boarding house, when someone dies, there's this.
No, just imagine.
Heavy.
After his last paper.
And everybody is calm. Everybody is quiet.
Somebody died in my house or something. A senior. Hey, it was scary. My 15-year-old, 16-year-old facing all these challenges anyway. But then our last day in school.
Right.
You know, definitely you meet again, maybe in tertiary or something. And then we have these associations, so Old Girls Association, and it's still there up till now.
Santa, yours there, we know you people. One person gets married, groomsmen, 67. Why? One click. Why?
I don't understand.
Groomsmen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
No,
too much.
67. Long.
No,
And they don't come quietly.
And they'll lift the groom up. Big, oh God.
It's always been like that.
Yeah, they've always been like that. But we lost them like that.
You know, we are Christian gentlemen.
What
Christian
gentlemen?
gentlemen.
Christian.
All right, so how did you feel when you were leaving school?
It was a contrast of emotions because arriving in school, I felt almost like sad to have left home. But then going back home, I felt sad to have been leaving school because in between there were times that during vacations, I really looked forward going back to school. I had missed, I was always wondering, am I going to miss all my friends, which I already missed them all. And then,
but it's still
I can't say that. Mine wasn't like that.
So,
I just packed my, I packed my top box, thank you, at the waiting area.
Oh goodness.
We're in a hurry to go. We're in a hurry to go. Oh, interesting. We
tired.
No, you know, every time
we
stayed during midterm.
I was tired.
We're tired.
I stayed over after exam.
I was tired. I really wanted to go home. I was tired.
We stayed even an extra day.
No. I stayed some days after my paper.
Same day delivery.
Every course had the day they finished.
Yeah.
Even though
I remember I finished on
some
June
were still
6th.
in school.
June 6th.
Last paper, physics.
And I was going to pick my cousin in Santa.
Right there.
And I had to go for that one, so I had to wait for him. So that I'll see.
Anyway, Pascal, how did you feel the last day? This time we have to go look for him.
I swear.
Your last day.
It was like, okay, tune really near my
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like, you know, of the breaking bounds, doing blah blah blah, trying to act like
cooking
now,
in school.
Yeah, the world like they're going out.
Chef one.
I mean, you sure so you could pass and go to the university? That's another challenge, you know. But it was fun, like, you know, looking back to entertainment, looking back to boys, boys really changed them at school building. Since I was on Cocoa scholarship, so when they discuss school fees, I know they inside. But boys had an opportunity to change, you know.
People intentionally living, not paying their
I mean,
fees.
those who were making money with their school fees thing and all that kind of thing, they were not happy we were leaving. Some of us challenge.
Because you get small for back. Nice.
But it was fun on
but
the
school was good.
Fun.
Nobody, I don't think anybody was going to say that.
If I
well,
ever
with
get a chance,
all
I'll go back again.
Yes. And I always say,
if they do
SHS
at the start of this, they will come at
you know, tertiary, we are mature sort of.
Yes.
But SHS,
and there's freedom.
SHS, Charlie.
There's strict rules and regulations.
Nobody should pass
There's
through
inspection. You wake up in the morning with a plan. There's a schedule. You know, you have to lay your bed, take your bath, get ready to class. After class, there's like breakfast.
And that
go
one
back to
thing
class,
that was so
lunch,
irritating
go back
was
to
the
class.
sirens.
Exactly.
No, it depends on what he's going up for. If he goes up for, like, you know,
dining,
and you know, like,
the roll call was the painful one. The roll call siren was the painful one.
Bro.
But then we're in Medina and we have to run back to
All right. Thank you. We've had a very nice conversation. Thank you very much for coming through.
Yeah.
And I bet that these memories are definitely going to live on, and you can tell your children.
Of course.
And all of that. Would you want your son to go to Presec or your child?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Your son at Adisado?
Girls, I don't
Your
know.
Mine too.
my two boys.
On that note, we are going to Adisado and Presec and
Fancy
Moga.
Man.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been the Friends and Family Show We've had a great time going down memory lane. My name is Noyo Kwote. We've been live here, coming through at your homes and your offices or wherever you're watching us from number 5 Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano. My name is Noyo Kwote. And this is the end of the road for us for this week. We'll be back on Monday, same time, 6 p.m. I've been very late at doing this with you. I'll be back. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
People need to realize that we are here, we can even solve problems, even mostly better than the solution they can get outside of Africa.
We help businesses engage with their customers in languages that their customers understand and trust, so in African languages, and we do this through AI-powered natural language processing.
Software as a solution service for businesses, for banks and fintech companies that can leverage our technology to perform facial recognition authentication for their customers.
The data models, they are mostly Caucasian faces. They have lower access to people of color. So with Snappy, have lots of dark faces. That way we can mitigate the issue around misidentification that is taking place today.
In our markets in many African countries, we have what we call a connectivity gap. Moving goods and people in the last mile is difficult. It is not that sustainable, and a lot of the times it's expensive and unreliable. So it is a huge opportunity to now design vehicles and look at mobility from the perspective of us as Africans.
If you are not solving the real problem, you can't last long. 100% I'm sure that Africa needs my company a lot more than any continent all over the world.
Okay, go. Come back. What was this?
My name is Adeyemo Opeyemi Abraham. I'm the founder and CEO of Snappy Payment Technologies. I'm a very passionate person, and once I set my heart to achieve or accomplish a task, I will see it through to the end. I'm very dogged and I'm unrelenting, no matter